My name is FluffyMariam, Mariam Joby, as most people know me by. So I'm a realtor, I'm a lawyer, and I just recently completed my NYSC in 2020 when I finished from law school in 2019. And I'm a fun person, I like money. But at the same time, I also want to make an impact in the world, all those fun things. At the same time, I also want to be super rich. I want to travel the world. I just want everything. You can have it all. So that is who I am basically. That is who Mariam is. Mariam is just this girl that wants to make an impact in the world any way she can, basically. So today I would like to share with you all my experience while I was, trying to get into the Access Bank School of Banking Excellence. It's kind of like the entry-level training that you have to do before you become a full-fledged staff of Access Bank. So I'm going to share you guys today how the whole interview process was. And then also I'm going to be doing a whole series on the School of Banking Excellence, basically, because today is July 4th, 2021, and I'm going to be doing a whole series till when I'm done in December. So it's going to be a whole lot. I'm going to do pre-School of Banking Excellence, which is what you guys are currently watching. I'm going to do day 1, that's going to be on July 5th. I'm going to do week 1, first month, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6th month, and then graduation and posts, School of Banking Excellence. I really hope that, I'm able to finish the journey that I'm about to start, and I wanted you guys to join me every single step on the way, especially because when I was about to start, or before now, when I got my congratulations and welcome, I've made a lot of research about the School of Banking Excellence, what is required of me, how I can get in, and there are not much resources online, especially in YouTube videos. There was just this one girl that did a YouTube video of her experience after School of Banking Excellence, and I wanted to help the next person that might do their research on Access Bank, how to get recruited and get into the banking industry. I wanted to help the next person, so I decided to do this video. See how generous that is of me. How generous. Okay, so why School of Banking Excellence? Okay, first of all, I'm a very choosy person, and I'm someone that, if you know me well, you would know that I've done a lot of things in this life, even though I'm just 24 years old. But I've actually done a lot, in the sense that anything I do, basically, I always make sure that I aim for the best, no matter what it is. So in secondary school, in university, even when I lose passion in something, I literally still aim to be the best at it. So after law school, I wanted to serve in a law firm for my NYSC, because I was pretty sure I was never going to practice as a lawyer, and I was not going to do all those law stuffs like going to court. So I just wanted to see how it was in NYSC, but I wasn't so lucky, because the kind of law firms that I would have loved to apply to, which were the top tier law firms, they were already taken by the time I was ready. And I'm someone that I do not like to go for substandard. No offense, but I do not like to go for substandard. So once the top tier law firms were no longer available, I started googling top banking or top investment industries, and then I saw Meristem, which was where I did my NYSC. So basically, after my NYSC, I wasn't really looking into getting a job. I wanted to go full-fledged into my business. But as at April this year, no, was it April or March, my business began to stagger, my real estate business, and I noticed that, whatever little income I made from it, I was, just them making a living out of that, and it was not okay. If I want my business to be successful, I have to find an extra source of income that wasn't going to be, as the Lord pleases. I needed something more stable for the meantime, so that my business can grow and flourish. And that was when, luckily for me at that point, Access Bank, GT Bank, PwC, they were sending out their applications for first class and so on. So if you're interested, you can apply, and that was how I applied for Access Bank School of Banking Excellence. So I applied because it's actually it's a good they're one of the top tier banks, and if it was like a bank in the industry that wasn't so good, I wouldn't have applied, even though I still wanted a job. So that's why I chose School of Banking Excellence, because when I did my research, I found out that it is actually the best in the banking industry, and I really needed to get in anyhow possible. Okay, so how did I learn about the School of Banking Excellence? Basically, it was just, as I said, I was looking for a job at that time, so I was looking for top tier places I could work, and luckily for me, that was when they were sending out the applications, and I got to learn about it from people's statuses. Fortunately, I have people the kind of people I have on my contact list are those that, when they see a job opportunity, they share it, and then I saw the opportunity on somebody's status, in fact, 2 people's status, and I said, wow, this thing is trending now, let me just apply. And at first I was like, is Access Bank job really good? But when I did my research, I found out that it was like a place everybody wanted, even if you don't want to work there in the long run. You need the experience and everything. And a very good friend of mine encouraged me to apply, and I applied. So I learned from it from WhatsApp statuses, basically. Okay, so how were the tests and interviews? Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you that it was attacking. I'm telling you, I had my share of doubts at a point. In fact, the first time we got an invite to the test was, I think, April 2nd. So they sent this email saying that you have been selected to do an online test, and then we use something known as a safe exam browser. So when you are logged into the browser, you cannot log out. If you try to open another page on your system, it automatically logs you off, and then the browser also watches you. So while you're taking the test, your online camera is on, so you must have your light on. You must do an environmental test. That means I took my system 360 to show them my environment, that I was in one of the environment. You do audio tests to make sure that nobody else is in the environment with you. External sounds can disqualify you and all of that. So yes, so I did the online test, but the email that came, it said that the test was for April 6th, and then they said if you are successful in the test by 10 a.m. on April 6th, then you would be sent an invite to write another test that same day by 5 p.m. So on April 6th, I wrote my test. I wrote my test by 11. I tried starting by 10, but I was having a lot of problem with network, my system. My house was just doing boom back because I was already invested. So when I wrote my test by around 11, luckily for me, the test was still taking applicants and all of that, because they said that if you log in after 10, you're not able to write the test anymore. But I logged in by 11. I was able to take my test, and then I logged out. And basically, let me just say that what was in the test was math, English. I can't really remember it now. Just random questions that I think they feel like you should know if you're intelligent, basically. So after the test, I logged out, and they said, thank you for concluding this test, blah blah blah. So I was like, hey God, should I go and prepare? This one that they said that they are going to invite us for another test by was it 5 p.m. or thereabouts? So around 2 p.m. I was still waiting for the invitation link. I hadn't seen it, and they said they will send it shortly after. Shortly after, it reached me around 3 p.m. They hadn't sent the link also. Oh my God! I was like, did I pass? Because they said they will send the link to only those that were successful in the first test to write the second test. I was like, hey, see, I did not pass this test like this now. But at exactly 3:41 p.m., they sent me that email saying that I've been invited to write my second aptitude test. Yay! Oh, I was so excited. I actually made a screenshot and sent that mail to my boyfriend, at the time. So I sent to my boyfriend and I told him that yay, and then he was like encouraging me to prepare, make sure you prepare, make sure you pass, so I was very happy. Then I went to cook noodles, because, so when it was 5, I took the second test. It was, I don't know if it was similar to the first one. Honestly, I cannot remember the test questions now, but they were just general aptitude questions mixed together, and then they asked us to write an essay for 20 minutes. They asked us some questions. Tell us about yourself. What is your favorite quote in life? Who motivates you the most in the world? What is this? What is that? So I tried to answer the questions the best way I could, and then I submitted, and that was the end of the first test. Now, preceding that first test, I've attended 3 different interviews. Okay, and those 3 interviews actually had like a kind of gap between them. And if you're planning on if you're watching this video at a future date and you're actually planning on taking an Access Bank interview, entry level, like I did, they're asking basic questions. My interviews didn't take more than 5 minutes. So my interviews didn't take more than 5 minutes. They're asking basic, simple questions, and I was like, is that all for the interview? At the point, I thought, maybe they have so many people to interview, but, before today, I found out that some people's interview lasted up to like 20 minutes, and mine was just less than 5. Sometimes I was even worried that this one that they didn't even ask me plenty questions. Is it that they did not like me? Or is it because my hair is gold? Because then I just dyed my hair around that April, so everywhere was gold. Like now you can even see the black, so everywhere on my hair was gold. I was like, maybe they didn't like my gold hair. It's not that they just asked me 3 quiz questions. So I basically passed all my interviews, and I think that was how the tests and interviews went. They were tense. Like I had my fear of tension, and I had my own share of that too. But at the end of the day, just having confidence in yourself, doing research before your interviews, just go to Google, study interview questions, how to answer them, and I think you're good to go, basically. Okay, so the most challenging thing about the whole process was the final assessment. So let me say it was supposed to be the most challenging thing, because after the last interview, which was a top management interview, I did interview with one of the managers of Access Bank, and then I was thinking that this would be the end. After top management interview, they should just send us our offer letter. And funny enough, after top management interview, the following week, it was to go and do our medicals, right? So I was like, wow, this is like asking us to go and do medicals. They've accepted us, they have taken us, we are in the system already. But immediately after medicals, like 2 days after medicals, they sent this this email with the heading final assessment. I was like, gang. Hey? And the final assessment was basically every person that has been selected to that point. They will tell you that it is not compulsory, but you don't have to do it. But if you want to be, part of Access Bank, it's part of their culture. You have to bring, number 1, 10 people to either open an account with 200,000 naira each minimum, or you would have to bring 1 person to open a fixed deposit account of 5 million naira for 6 months. Now, this is how it has always been, but luckily for my set, I don't know how, they said that, we should bring just 5 people with 200k balance as minimum. They have to open a new savings account, and then the fixed deposit was of 2 million naira. Just 1 person must put 2 million naira in fixed deposit for 6 months, and so basically, even the account officers, when they were briefing us about the final assessment, told us that the fixed deposit rate is really low, and most people might not want to agree. And we had just 7 working days to do that. So we were told on Thursday, and we had till the following Friday to do that. So I was like, wow, what am I going to do? Wow. In fact, it was on the day of the final assessment briefing that I found out that some people already even knew about this long before, and they had already even had their people down. So people already had family members that were going to help them. back down from a challenge. So I said, let me try. At least let me know that I tried. You get, so I kind of messaged a lot of people that same Thursday. I messaged my sister, I messaged a friend, Ugochukwu Madam, shout out to you too. Then I messaged a whole lot of, well, that day I must have messaged like 100 people that I knew had the capacity to actually, I assumed that this person should have at least 200,000 naira in their account, basically. So the people were telling me, I don't want to open a new account, my money is tied up somewhere, But my sister actually called my dad and told him rather, and then my dad, took it upon himself and he helped me with all the accounts. Ta-da! And my daddy actually helped me open the 5 accounts, but a friend of mine, Ugochukwu Madam, who I also asked, and I'm actually saying this because my dad is family, and even though family does not owe you anything, and I'm really appreciative for the fact that my dad actually did that for me. I mean, someone who is not my blood and then also did that for me, I'm actually just grateful, and that's why I'm giving a shout out. Shout out to my sister, shout out to my dad, and my family members for coming through for me. I was done with my assessments within the first 3 working days and all, so it was really nice. Like, I didn't expect it to be that easy, so it was just good having people in your corner that so that's why I say I wouldn't say it was really the most challenging, but it brought his face as a challenge. And when they first told us about it, I was I had my doubts, obviously, but I had people encouraging me that you can actually do it, just try. And yeah, I did it. I did it. I didn't did it. I did it. Okay, so I got my offer letter 30th of June, which was 6 days after the final assessment. So after the final assessment closed, so I got my offer letter on the 30th of June, alongside with a lot of others, people. Like, I was really excited. I sent it to my parents, I sent it to Ugo too for his added efforts to making it possible. I sent it to my sister, I sent it to my boyfriend, I sent it to myself. And it was really nice. It was nice. I was happy. I was actually happy, like, finally. And something I just want to say real quick is that as a businesswoman or as a salesperson, whenever I try to invite people to my business, they're always like, Miriam, you don't want to do this, like they'll say, Miriam, I don't want to do this your business, I don't know how to get customers. But apart from the fact that my family helps me out in my final assessment, let's be serious and let's be honest. I have spoken to almost 100 people on Thursday alone. If I didn't have that business mindset, I probably wouldn't have even had the courage to ask my sister who helped me, or ask Ugo who signed up, or ask those other people that gave excuses, which is valid for them because nobody owes you anything. But my point is, everything in life is just sales. Even for a job, it's still sales. So, some people that I even called to tell them to help me, they're telling me that this access bank that you're going, they're going to be giving you targets, and you have to be meeting targets every now and then. But if it's sales, then I don't have a problem with sales. At least I think so. I don't have a problem with pushing for sales, basically. I might not get the results that I want, but I know that I have what it takes to push for sales. And this, my own business mindset, is helping me quite alright. Some people were favored for the final assessment, just like me. They have family members to help them out. They have family members who would always be able to help them out. But the point is, sometimes you just have to do things for yourself. So it's the same thing in both worlds, both jobs and sales. Access Bank is like one of the best paying banks in the industry in Nigeria, and that is why it takes a lot to actually go from one step to another. That's why they are targets. So if you want to work for the best, if you want to earn the best salary, then you definitely need to, work for it. Yes, you have to work for it. And that's just a proof that the good things in life don't come free. People place value on things that don't come free. So just open your mind to possibilities, basically. should not lie, a whole lot. The School of Banking Excellence is very strict. During School of Banking Excellence, we're going to write some professional exams too, which we're already going to cover in the syllabus. And like the CIBN, will be chartered bankers, a me lawyer, my the chartered banker. Ha! I am mamba. But the whole point is it's actually very stressful. We have exams almost every Mondays from July 5th to December. We have exams almost every Mondays, courses that I've never been taught in my life before. It was just, let me just read out some of the courses for you guys. We are going to be doing elements of banking, micro and macro economics, advanced study skills, financial accounting, international trade finance, invest and FX market, the ACIB exams, the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Scheme, digital technology in banking. We're going to do a little bit of coding and database, cyber security. This sorry guys, syllabus is a whole lot. I wish I could show you guys, but I actually want to keep that confidential for now, so like maybe the end of the School of Banking Excellence. But the syllabus is a whole lot. Like, you need to have your head in the game, and I'm just hoping that I am able to to do what it takes to succeed at the end. I'm praying that God actually keeps me till the end, gives me the strength. It's like law school all over again. Law school was also like this. You have to cover so many topics in like 4 or 5 months, and then exams. Like the first 3 months, so many topics. We went for internships. We came back for like 2 months or less, and then exams. So it's almost like law school all over again, but just that this time it's about finance, something I know nothing about. At least for law school, I had like 5 years theoretical knowledge of law from Unilag, but this is finance, all right? So it's kind of like a whole new topic, and I have to have my head in the game if I know that I want to come out tops. And there's actually gifts for whoever comes out top. The cut-off mark is 70. Let me just tell you people now. For those of you that are watching this in the future and you want to enroll, the cut-off mark is 70. As at my time in 2021. If you get below 70, you resit. That's if you get, I think, between 45 and 70, you resit. If you get below 45, you are withdrawn. Remember that we're writing exams every Monday. So you really have to take care to make sure that you actually pass, and they're only going to give awards to people that score over 80. And the fact that you score over 80 doesn't mean that they will give you an award. It just means that you are eligible to collect an award. You are qualified, but it doesn't mean that you will actually collect it. So it's tough. Yes, it's tough, but I'm tougher, and my God is toughest. So that's it. And then they also have some strict rules, like phones. If you want to make a call, everybody has to submit their phones. It's 96 daily. If you want to make a call, you have to submit your if you want to make a call because you submitted your phone already, compulsorily, you have to pay 5K. If it's an emergency, you have to pay 5K. And when you are returning it after your emergency call, you have to pay another 5K. And it's important that you return it. Do you get? So they have really strict rules. You cannot miss a day without permission. If not, you will be withdrawn from the system. They are actually really strict and all of that. And I just hope that at the end of the day, I'm in line, and no circumstance will pull me away from it, because now I'm bringing you guys on this whole journey with me, and I don't even know how it's going to end. But by the special grace of God, it's going to end in praise and thanksgiving. Praise and thanksgiving. Okay, so any advice for you guys? My advice is that if you want something in life, always go for it. At the time when I got this Access Bank School of Banking Excellence, it wasn't only Access Bank I applied for. I applied for Access, GT, PwC, and I think those are the only three I applied for. Like I said, I only applied for the best. There was this CC program that has to do with coding and stuff. I wasn't really interested, but my boyfriend just encouraged me to apply, that you never can tell. So I applied for that one too. But naturally, once I'm not interested in something, I do not apply. After NYSC, I did not send a single CV to any law firm, because I didn't want to. I wasn't just interested, because I didn't want to be going to court. I know what I want, and I don't want to be frustrated in life. I think I've gotten to that stage in my life where I do not want to be frustrated based on some choices that I actually made with my eyes wide open. So basically, if you want to do anything in life, always make sure that you're 100% comfortable with it. It has to be something that you want because you are the one making that choice. So as much as possible, make it something that you are 100% comfortable with, and always aim for the best, really, because GT Bank and PwC did not accept me. I don't even think I passed their test, and I passed Access Bank test. Is that not to say that Access Bank test is simpler or easier? It's just that some test questions can be harder than others, or some cutoff marks can be higher than others. I don't know what did not make me pass those tests, okay? But or maybe the people that wrote that test were just super intelligent, and I didn't. It could be a lot of reasons why you couldn't pass, and so because the fact that you get a rejection letter, or something didn't go well as you planned, just keep trying, keep aiming for the best. Access Bank was the first and I got it. So what if Access Bank was the last that I applied for? Maybe GT rejected me and then I just quit and I didn't just want to apply to anyone again. So just keep trying, do your best, and then whatever you're doing, always make sure you do it well. That has been my my slogan. Whatever I'm doing in life, I make sure that I always do it well. When I went to law school, I knew pretty well that I wasn't going to practice law. And I still came out with the first class from Nigerian law school. But I knew, even before I entered law school, I knew I wasn't going to practice law. And also because somebody challenged me and said I couldn't do it. So I just needed to prove people wrong. And sometimes it's not to live your life like that. But the point is, whatever you're doing, do it well. Because my first class in law school, my 2-1 in lab, is what opened the door for me. A lot of research and reading is what got me into it. A lot of support from friends and family. So at the end of the day, just be thankful for your situation. So tomorrow is day 1 at the School of Banking Excellence, and we are doing our induction at Victoria Island, Oniru, the headquarters of Access Bank. I am super excited. We're supposed to dress formal, and like I said, my first day at the School of Banking Excellence is the video that I'm going to shoot, then my first week, then my first month. So you guys should be expecting another video from me very soon. I hope I do not get really choked up with the whole stress. I really hope I do complete this series, because I know that by the special grace of God, I am going to complete this program, and I'm going to have cause to give thanks to God at the end of the day. So thank you guys for staying with me. I'm really excited about this opportunity. I do hope that if you're watching this at a later date in the future, that you also get excited about the opportunity. You do your best and you have faith in God. Basically, I remain FluffyMariam, and I will see you on my first day at the School of Banking